When it comes to the NBA today, there's little doubt in anyone's mind that Stephen Curry is one of the best around. Period. Because he has the pure shooting ability that just makes things work for his Golden State Warriors. And he's proven time and time again that he can lead a team to victory, even when going up against the fellow greats in the league. So allow us to show you some times that Curry truly shocked the world. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 6. The Davidson years. While it may be hilarious to think about now, when Stephen Curry was coming up in the world of basketball, he was hardly the most valued pick for colleges, which, knowing what we do now, shows why sometimes you can't judge a book by its cover. Anyway, Steph went to Davidson, where he not only turned heads, he showed he was a scoring powerhouse, not just elevating Davidson to national fame on nothing but his own effort, but by bringing them into the NCAA tournament, and during his most famous run, he went all the way into the Elite Eight, where he was eventually shut down by Kansas. But don't let that take away from the fact that Curry took his team way farther than anyone expected him. He and Davidson were the literal Cinderella story of the year, and while he did get his glass slippers smashed by a powerful that was Kansas, proved while he was indeed one of the best, and he kept scoring going until he declared for the NBA draft. Number 5. The draft selection. The NBA draft is heralded as not just the beginning of the next generation, but a chance to see if teams really can pick the players well, or will they regret ever picking them sometime down the line, which for the record, every team has done. When Stephen Curry came into the draft, there was little doubt he was going to be a high pick. Just about everyone said he would go at 10 at the latest, and that was if people were crazy. Which brings us to the fact that when he did get drafted, a lot of teams passed him up. Granted, there was some big names in that draft like Blake Griffin and James Harden, but everyone was curious where Curry would end up. To the shock of many, despite having back-to-back picks, the Minnesota Timberwolves passed on him, and thus he landed with the Golden State Warriors. Not what people expected, and many Knicks fans hoped that they would get Curry, but it didn't turn out that way. It should be noted that 4 of the 6 players selected before Curry basically were busts. Harden and Curry were easily the best 2 picks of that draft class by a wide margin. Number 4. 3-point madness. Regardless of your position on the court, you should almost always want to shoot the ball when the time comes your way, because scoring is how you win basketball games. One of the main reasons why Curry is such a touted among player in the NBA is that when he shoots, it almost always looks like it's going in, especially when it comes from 3-point range. Curry has made a name for himself, not just shooting threes, not unlike fellow draft class pick James Harden, but for drilling them in just about any range. Seriously, he's so good at shooting threes that he can make them at the line, behind the line, way behind the line, and sometimes at half court. No one should be that good at making threes. Here's a fun fact for you. When game developer 2K was making NBA 2K16, they had a problem because the game updated itself AI players based upon the stats that were going on in the league. A very cool feature. But what nearly broke the game was that NBA season Steph was going so crazy accurate with his shooting, especially from 3, that the game literally couldn't make him any better. He was officially better than a video game, and even the team had to acknowledge that he broke it. Number 3. Unanimous MVP. When it comes late into the NBA season, the MVP voting can be a bit tense, mainly because just about everyone has an opinion about who should be MVP, based on wins of the team, the individual performance, efficiency, and more. Most people forget that Steph Curry is a 2-time MVP, the 2014-15 season and the 2015-16 season, but what makes it rather shocking is that in that second MVP voting, he was the first ever to win the MVP trophy via unanimous decision. Think about that. Think about all the egos, personalities, and homer biases that would have to be overcome for that to happen. Think about what Steph had to do on the court with such perfection and efficiency to make everyone agree that he was the MVP. That's skills, my friends. Number 2. Owning LeBron. LeBron James is heralded as arguably the best player of all time. Yet despite having a lot of NBA Finals appearances, he's not the best in terms of winning them. In fact, he's faced the Golden State Warriors in the Finals 4 times and only won once. A large part of this was because of Steph Curry and his later partner in crime, Kevin Durant. The first time these two faced off, the Warriors won in definitive fashion. The second time, LeBron barely won in 7 games. Then the next 2 times, the Warriors put them down hard, including sweeping them in their last encounter. That's not supposed to happen to someone like LeBron, yet between Curry, Durant, and the stacked Warriors teams, they did it, and though Curry never won an MVP in the finals, though he technically should have one time, he was there when the team needed him, and thus, they got the rings. Number 1. 5 straight finals. And more to come. Not unlike LeBron James, Steph Curry has shocked the world by going to a lot of NBA finals. While many legends never made it more than 1 or 2, Curry has helped lead his team to 5 straight, winning 3 in the process. The first loss was to LeBron and the Cavs, and the second was to the Raptors when the Warriors were seriously beat up and injured. The really shocking thing here is the consistency. Curry has been on point for all 5 of those NBA Finals years, even when they lost. In many ways, he's the heart and soul of that team. The only reason this year was a bad one was because Durant left. Thompson was injured, and he broke his hand. But many feel that when the next season arrives and the Warriors are once again at full power, they're going to make waves, and maybe he'll shock the world once more by being the man to lead his team to 4 rings, something many legends never did. So there you have it, everyone, a look at Steph Curry and the incredible things he's done to shock the world. What do you think of this NBA superstar? Do you think he'll indeed win another ring down the line? What's your favorite moment from Curry's time in the league? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.